First up here tonight, let's talk about those college admission test scores. They are dropping lower than they've ever been. Thank you for being with us on ABC Action News at 6. I'm Paul Legrome.
And I'm Lauren St. Germain. And according to the nonprofit that gives the ACTs, Florida is one of the states with the lowest scores. ABC Action News reporter JJ Burton is going in depth for us tonight. He's breaking down the factors leading to this drop.
Plus, what your child can do right now to get the score they need for college.
Absolutely very stressful having a child in high school and getting ready for college.
If you're a parent, then you know exactly where Jennifer Ivaroni is coming from, especially these days. According to collegeboard.org, students are underperforming on the two main college admissions tests than ever before. Take a look. The average SAT score for the class of 2023 is 1028 compared to 1050 in 2022. The average ACT score is 19.5 compared to 19.8 in 2022. And for the ACT, that's the lowest score in 30 years, according to the nonprofit organization that administers the test. And Florida is one of the states with the overall lowest scores.
What's unfortunate, we have tests, like I say, we've been here for 23 years. We have tests from 20 years ago that were much more difficult. So the test has gotten easier and the scores continue to go down.
Diane Rotensteiner is the owner of Huntington Learning Center, Carrollwood. They prepare students for tests like the ACT and SAT. And she says COVID-19 is one of the factors for the lower scores. The class of 2023 is the first class to go through high school from the start of the pandemic. And the other big factor, the curriculum in school isn't as rigorous as it used to be, especially with vocabulary. And she says that's the first thing she tests students on when they come into her office. She asks them to define commonly used words on the test, like prosaic, nefarious, cursory, or tenacious.
And I would say maybe 1 out of 200 can define one or two words. To be good at test taking, you have to have good reading comprehension, you have to understand what you just read, and you have to answer the questions in less than a minute.
Even though some schools no longer require the ACT or SAT, Vera Murphy-Trainer, the owner of Veritas College Counseling, and says those tests are still very important for Florida students because of the Bright Futures Scholarship.
They're eligible for up to 75% or even 100% of the state scholarship. So it's a big number. And so, it's an important part. The SAT, ACT testing is an important part of that.
That's why the high school counselors I've talked to say students and parents should look into programs like Veritas and Huntington early if college is the goal.
When my eldest started at Huntington, his first ACT was probably looking at HCC. After completing his time with Diane here at Huntington, we're looking at prestigious Ivy League schools and with a full scholarship. My child got those grades at the end when he took it. The elation, he was proud of himself.
Another piece of important info, the SAT is going digital next year, and college admissions experts believe that will make it easier for students. JJ Burton, ABC Action News.
All right, let's go deeper on this. We did look up the average scores for the top schools in the state and here in our area. Here's what we found out today. The University of South Florida, now on average, I should say, students there have a 4.10 to a 4.59 GPA with an SAT score on average of 1250 to 1390, ACT score on average of 27 to 31. The average University of Tampa student has a GPA of 3.0, but the school's website says students with a GPA of 2.7 may be considered. An SAT score on average of 1100 to 1260 in that range, ACT score on average of 22 to 28. And looking at Florida State, that school's average is 4.3 when it comes to the GPA, SAT of 1340, ACT score of 29, and the University of Florida 4.4 GPA, 1350 SAT score again on average, and an average ACT score of 30. So if you'd like to learn more about the test scores across our state, go to this story. It's on our website, abcactionnews.com/in-depth.